Okay, moving on to our work together problem. Let's go to our online workbook and log in. We are now on chapter 7. So we'll open up chapter 7, lesson 1. So it's lesson 7-1. We'll open up the end of lesson review, open up our working papers, and go to 7-1, work together. On this problem, it says Hair Care Salon has completed its worksheet. Now it's ready to prepare the income statement. The first step in preparing an income statement is the heading. Fill in the blanks for each row of the income statement headed, and there is the information. So row 1 of our headings always include the name of the business. So the name of the business is Hair Care Salon. Row 2 of our heading is the name of the financial paper. We are preparing an income statement. And row 3 is for the date. And since this covers a period of time, we have to put for month ended. And the month is May 31st, or it's ending on May 31st, comma, 20, and then if you put, I believe, like 4 dashes and a space, it usually, and then tab out of there, it usually does a dash. All right, so there is our heading. We'll grade that one. Go on to the next step. In this step, it says a list of accounts shown here is taken from Hair Care Salon's worksheet. For each account that appears on the income statement, indicate the section where it would appear. For any account that does not appear on the income statement, select neither. Remember, our income statement only contains the revenue and expense accounts. So if you look up here, our first couple of accounts up on the top, up here are your assets, your liabilities, and your owner's equity. So our assets, cash, petty cash, supplies, and prepaid insurance, those are all assets, so they do not belong on the income statement. Accounts payable is a liability. It does not belong there. Our capital and drawing accounts belong in the owner's equity, so they don't belong on the income statement. Income summary does not. Sales is a revenue account, so therefore it goes into our revenue account, our column, and then all of our expenses go into our expense section. Okay, so grade that and go on. Okay, use the worksheet of Hair Care Salon to prepare the body of the income statement for the month ended May 31st of the current year. So when we use our worksheet, make sure that we are using our income statement debit and credit columns, not the trial balance. And that's very important because if you look down here in our income statement columns, you can see that our insurance expense, we have $610, where in our trial balance, we don't have anything. And that's the same with our supply expense. Okay, so with that in mind, we're going to scroll down to the bottom. Using the worksheet from above, we are going to fill in the missing blanks. So if you look at the top, up on the top, our revenue, our sales account, if you look in the income statement column, up here, you can see that sales is $5,800. Our expenses are listed right there. And so we'll plug those numbers in. So we have $750. Cash short and over is 3. Insurance expense is $610. Miscellaneous expense is $167. Supplies expense is $540. Utility expense is $300. Okay, so we've got them all listed there. Our next step is to total up all those numbers and put it in that blank there. So we'll add those all up and we come up with $2,370. And so this section should look like that. Going on to the next step where we're going to calculate net income or net loss. Okay, this is what we've plugged in from before. To figure out the difference, we take 5,800 minus 2,370, and we come up with 3,430. You will notice that your revenue is greater than your expenses, so therefore you have a net income of $3,430. Next, we're going to figure out our percentages. Again, when we figured them out, we are comparing it to the percentage of sales. And it says to calculate and record the ratios for sales, total expenses, and net income. Round the percentage calculations to the nearest tenth. So what we're comparing to is sales. So sales would be 100%. To figure out our total expenses, we take $2,370 divided by $5,800. So again, if we take our $2,370 and we divide it by $5,800, we come up with 0.40862069. So to round that, it is 40.9%, because we're rounding it to the nearest tenth. Then we are going to take our net income. So we have $3,430 divided by $5,800, and we come up with 0.59137931, and so that would be 59.1. And you will notice that if you add those two numbers together, they should equal 100%. And that is what your section 5 should look like. Now make sure you go on Canvas and see what your assignment is.